welcome to another video. My name is Amanda and I wanted to do a Q4 Amplify Planner 2020 flip through and just kind of talk about some things that went really well for me and things that didn't go so great. So first of all, I want to start with, this is the first time that I used Amplify Planner. I heard about it actually when I posted a question on the Passion Planner chat forum Facebook group, and someone recommended it to me, and when I looked it up I thought it was so cool. I had never used a daily planner before, but I was very interested in it because my workload was getting really intense and I felt like the planner I was using at the time just wasn't cutting it for me. And so when I heard about Amplify Planner, I was super stoked. Let me start with a couple of things that overall, I love this planner. After using it for 3 months, I can highly recommend this to anyone seeking, an all-inclusive planner. I do have just a couple things that I don't like about the planner itself. First of all, the cover is a little flimsy in my opinion, especially taking into consideration the cost. This is about, I believe, 30 bucks, not including shipping and tax. So if you're going to be buying 4 of these a year, that's pretty pricey, and I think the quality of it is really important. However, I will say the quality of the paper is pretty high. I don't know the GSM and I haven't looked it up, but I do think it's really good paper. Yeah, so those are just a couple things that I think the downfalls of this planner are. It's pretty pricey and the cover is pretty flimsy, and at first the spiral I thought would get stuck, but it didn't actually pose that big of a problem. Overall though, I think this is a super awesome planner if you're looking for something, like I said, all-inclusive. But yeah, let's go right into this flip through. Cover this part, you don't need to know my number, but yeah, so let me see, I'm gonna skip all these. I didn't really use, there's a special dates section where you can write down any important dates. I didn't really use this. There is this 3-month goal breakdown section that I did end up writing. The first month I did a good job of actually meeting my deadlines in October, but after October I kind of just threw this away. I didn't try to focus on these goals as much as I had wanted to. 2020 is a weird year, so things happened. But yeah, so I think it's a really nice area to write out all your goals. I thought it was pretty helpful for the 1 month that I did use it, but I just stopped focusing on those goals during the quarter, so I didn't end up getting as much use as I think you can out of this goal section. All right. And so after the 3-month goal breakdown, we go right into the monthly, weekly, and daily layouts. So here's my first month. As you can see here, I didn't get much use out of the habit tracker just because I'm really bad at filling out habit trackers, especially when it comes to the monthly dashboard. For me, monthly layouts are good for helping me get ready in the beginning of the month, but I don't look at it as often during the week, only when I know important days coming up. But monthly layouts are kind of there for me usually, but I do still like having them so I can keep track of my bills or important dates. Now, the weekly layout. Before using Amplify Planner, I was using Passion Planner, so I've come to love the vertical layout for weeklies. So trying out a horizontal weekly layout was a huge challenge for me. I didn't like it, and as I keep flipping through, you'll see that there were a lot of weeks that I just didn't use it, but I'll get more into that later. So here is another weekly layout. I saw on Instagram someone turned their weekly layout into a vertical layout by just flipping it, so I tried that out. I liked it at first, but when I first started using Amplify Planner, I wasn't sure if I really needed a weekly layout anymore. So as you can see, I didn't get much use out of it despite changing it to horizontal, but that's okay. There's always going to be some challenges when you start a new planner. So when it came to the daily layouts, I absolutely loved Amplify Planner. I think it had the right amount of space to like write down everything, for personal things, for work things. I think it's just a really, really great planner space-wise. I also have very large handwriting, so that was important to me. So Amplify Planner really solidified my appreciation for daily layouts. Yeah. As you can see here, here's another weekly layout where I just decided not to use it, or here's my first weekly layout where I decided that it just wasn't necessary, so I didn't use it. The daily layouts at the beginning of the week, there is this dotted section where you can, use it for anything that you might need. At the beginning of using this planner, I really like just writing down writing out specific categories of things I wanted to get done, and I found it actually super helpful. When I started doing this, I started being a lot more productive. And then I'd do this at the beginning of the week, and then during the week, at the end of the night or the beginning of the day, I would write in the tasks that I wanted to get done into my daily layouts. And I just felt like I was being really productive and doing the things that I needed to do in a timely manner. As you can see, even though I was feeling really good about this planner, there are still those days where you just don't use your planner for some reason, and that's okay. Another empty week. Alright, so November was a pretty good month. I changed up my approach for using the planner. So still, as you can see, I was trying to use a horizontal layout, but it did not work. I was keeping up with writing out my weekly categories on the dotted page. I played a lot with just using pen and highlighter and minimal decoration, which is really nice. All right, and then here is where things got really good for me. Amplify Planner came out with some printouts for vertical weekly layouts, and I started using them, and it was so great. I started writing out my morning and evening routines, and I began following them. And I literally mean after a few, like 2-3 weeks of doing this, a lot of these routines have become habit now. I still like to keep track of them, but just starting this practice really, really was great. As you can see here, I did this again. I originally broke it down, the center areas where I wasn't writing morning and evening, I broke it down by personal and like goals that I wanted to write in, but that wasn't really working too great. But I was just trying it out. I really wanted to make it work because the morning and evening was working. But I think I figured it out later along. I did do some memory planning in Amplify Planner, which is really nice, just for those days that I didn't really have a lot of to-dos. All right, So here is a different layout that I tried for weeklies. I did the morning and evening routine, but I also started meal tracking. These ones are empty just because I was home, so I wasn't sure what I was going to be eating. But this was really nice. I need to go back and like fill this out, or I probably won't, but just like being able to flip back and like see the picture, like I already know like how good of a day this was. I didn't necessarily have to write that out. I started using the meal planning printout that Amplify Planner created, and I really like it. I thought it was great to write like my shopping list here and, you know, write out my meals, obviously. This weekly layout, I decided to try something different. I decided to use the middle part of my weekly layout to like write out some memorable things that happened, and I really like that. I'm a huge journaler, so being able to just do that in my planner was super nice. So here I have a little story. As you can see, these papers are really wrinkly. So what happened was, this week I had pre-set up my daily layouts, so I was like all ready to go. But the morning of, I believe, yeah, it was Tuesday, I woke up, I was, you know, getting my morning routine going, and I accidentally spilled water on this open planner, and it was very sad. But on the plus side, so I'm really used to spilling water over my notebooks. I have that terrible habit for some reason that always happens to me. So I expected the rest of the year to just be completely ruined. But the water didn't get through to Sunday. Like by Sunday, the paper was like fine. And I thought that just really solidified how like good this paper is. Like I said, I don't know the GSM, but I know for a fact that I have other planners that the water just seeped through the rest of the paper, despite like having high quality paper. So something about the paper they use really just trapped the water for some reason. So shout out to the Amplify Planner team for that. But I did end up, sorry if you can hear my dog, he's being a puppy. Anyway, yeah, so I did end up like not using it that week because I didn't like writing on wrinkly paper, but it's okay. Oh, so the week of Christmas, I decided that I didn't want to print out the vertical weekly layout. So I decided to just go with the horizontal layout. And let me tell you, look how good this looks. It ended up working really great for me. I kind of just, I don't know, I just set up my morning and evening routine, and because, I don't know, I was so against horizontal, but it really worked for me this week, and I think I'm gonna, you know, give it more of a shot next time I try a planner with some horizontal weeklies. It's not my favorite, but because this planner has my daily layouts and the weekly planner, I don't need it to plan out my days, like plan out my full day. It's nice to keep track of those routines that I want to in the weekly layout. So if the daily layout wasn't in this planner, I would probably not use a horizontal weekly. Here's some more memory planning I did on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. I also, the day after Christmas, experienced my first snowfall, which was super exciting, so I had to commemorate that. And then this is today, Sunday, December 27th. As you can see here, my first task is to film this flip through. And then now I just have the last week of December / kind of the first week of January. I already did some like pre-decorating, but since I don't really know what this week is going to look like for me work-wise, I decided to keep it pretty minimal and not to use too much decoration. But I'm really pleased with how it's looking. I won't be setting up my January just because I'm just going to do that all in my 2021 planner, which I will be posting a video after this. So the day after I post this, there will be a 21 planner lineup video coming out. So if you should, so you should go take a look at that if you want. So I can show you, just so you know that what planner I'll be using for 2021. And then the Q4 planner ends, or well, I guess I'm pretty sure all of them do, with a quarter end review and reflection. So I just filled this out and rated the different categories that I've focused on this quarter. Yeah. I also did want to show you the back dotted pages. It's a pen test page. I did use them for certain things. I really like back dotted pages as kind of like a brain dump area. I also did some of the printouts back here, which is really nice. Here's my holiday bucket list, which I'm pretty proud of. But yeah, I got a decent amount of use of the back pages. There aren't that many. I wish there were more, honestly. But that is the end of my Amplify Planner Amplify Q4 2020 planner. I love this. I love this color. Now I get to go put this and save this to look at in the years to come. But I highly recommend Amplify Planner if you're looking for a really good planner to just write down everything in. I feel like with using this planner, there's no need to have multiple planners because of the different layouts. You can set up your monthly for different goals and then just write your like deadlines in the daily, and then you can use your weekly to like whatever you want. Honestly, I used the weekly to establish routines, and that worked amazingly for me. And then the daily, it just has all the space I need personally to keep track of my personal goals, my work items and meetings, things like that. So I highly recommend this planner. But thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you next time.